So I just got back from the US, back to brilliant sunny London, just to meet a client. And this is a slightly different video. I'm going to talking about why you'd want to go and do that as like a lead generation or an outbound agency or a cold email agency, when you can sit in your home and type on your laptop all day and get decent results. And I'm also going to talk about some deeper learnings and like what it really takes to actually crack outbound. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually understanding what is happening. So lots of the time in marketing in general, you look at like numbers on a screen and you attribute like business success to those numbers. You're like, oh, sales, ROI, lifetime value, sales calls booked, positive responses, leads, this sort of thing. But when you do it for your own company, you don't place as much weight on those numbers, and you place more weight on the reality of how those sales calls went and what those clients were like that you brought on, all these sorts of things. Like if you're an outbound agency, you can pretty much always crack outbound for yourself, typically, because you've got that transparency on what's actually going on. And so that feedback loop is way faster. You can make way better decisions, all this sort of thing. But then when it comes to like clients, typically you're looking at the numbers. Oh, well, we booked them 4 calls, this week. They must be really happy. Not knowing that like 3 of the calls didn't show up, and the one that did show up didn't know what the call was about. Okay. So going and meeting a client and hanging out with them and diving deep on what's happening allows you to actually understand what's happening. And so you can actually solve these problems. Because if you're running outbound at any scale, and by scale, I mean like it's the primary source that they're trying to grow their business, and they're aggressively trying to grow their business. So anywhere from like 100,000 to 2 million plus sends a month in cold email. That's what I'd say at scale. The bottleneck is not like the lead flow, because you're scaling it like that because you've already got proof of concept that cold outbound works, and they're relying on it to grow their business because they believe it works. So the reply rate is not an issue because you've got offer market fit. What is an issue is dealing with the leads at scale, and that's hard to solve without going and figuring out and talking to the sales team and like coming up with a plan. We see massive potential in this client, and that is the privilege and that is the advantage of doing outbound for a whole lot of different companies. We don't really look at it like, oh, this client wants to come pay us money, this client wants to pay us money, this client wants to come pay us money, because most of our actual money is made on like revenue share. And so what we actually look at is essentially investing opportunities. Like, is this a good investment for outbound? Because we're going to put up a whole lot of time and energy, and is it going to make them money and make us money? That's what we're looking at. And so we see a big opportunity with this particular client, which is why we make the extra effort to go and fly 11 hours to go and meet them and hang out for a week. At its core, outbound isn't like a service. It's a system that you implement, and it has to be fully aligned with everything. Right? Like you can't just do your little part of the outbound service and it works. Like it has to be integrated with the business itself, like any sort of sales and marketing activity. So when I was on the trip, I sat down and shot some thoughts while we were there. So I'll let that play now. So we are in South Carolina meeting a client, and I just wanted to talk about why we would fly like 11 hours to go meet a client when you can just do outbound like over email to get them leads. And I think the reality is that to build a system that actually works, it's actually hard. It's not plug and play. It's not cookie cutter. Like a positive reply to a cold email from one client isn't a positive reply for another client. The sales system needs to be looked at like thoroughly. Each lead needs to be dissected and figured out if it's actually profitable, what the margins are, what every single process is. And that is hard to do when you're not in a room with the client, we find, to a high level, meaning that we're looking to scale this client to 1 million sends a month and build out the sales team with them and build out every step of the process, as well as build out longer term follow-ups. What happens when prospects, let's say, don't buy, but there's a potential for them to buy in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. And that alignment, I think, needs to be done the old-fashioned way, in terms of literally getting in a room, getting the whiteboard out and figuring everything out, as well as building trust. Because there is such a great level of trust when it comes to essentially owning the revenue generation for a business, right? Like, we're doing a rev share here, which essentially means that we are getting a profit share of the business, which essentially means we're a partner in the business unless it ends up selling. So we're now part of the team. And with that understanding comes a great deal of care and responsibility that's required. So we think that the 11 hours is, of course, worth it, right? Like, it's a definite worthwhile investment because this is a huge opportunity. And so I think that if you're in a similar situation where you've got a big opportunity, why not fly and meet them and make it work? So now that I'm back, I just want to talk about a few deeper things. People aren't really going to believe me here, and that's fine. I don't mind. The biggest thing that has moved our business forward in the last couple of months is just changing beliefs and being open and ready to receive from the universe. And by that, I mean you're looking for opportunities and expecting good things to happen instead of looking for things that are going wrong and expecting bad things to happen. By changing that and only looking out for opportunities and expecting good things to happen to me, good things happen to my business grows every year. It's easy, it's fun, I work with great people. If those are your beliefs, then that is what is going to happen and permutate. And that is one of the great reasons to go and meet clients, because you're putting yourself out there. Like, yeah, cool, we're going to fly to another country, go hang out with them. Turns out, well, they've got other people that they want to refer to us, good things happen, it's easy, right? So that's just another thing I'd say is, like, we've always found that stuff in the business has gone well when we've gone and done things and allowed the universe to provide for us. So that's another reason why I think you should go meet clients. A second thing, you'll learn a lot about the reality of what you're doing if you spend 1 week hanging out with a client. Like, 1 week hanging out with someone is a long enough time to get like a really good understanding about the reality of what you're doing. And that provides a great perspective on your business and things that you can improve. And it's fun. Like, yes, we're in the game to make money so that we can provide for the people that we love and do things, but also it's fun. Like, it's fun to go and meet clients, it's fun to go and hang out with people, it's fun to put yourself in situations that you wouldn't otherwise be in. So that's another reason why I would recommend you going and doing this. And then spending time with other successful people opens doors. So like, this client is far more successful than we are, which is great, right? Because they know things, they've got future learnings, they can provide insights, and they know lots of people that can also benefit from our service and that we can be connected with. And so spending time with other successful people opens doors, and you are a combination of the people that you spend the most time with. And that's difficult for some people because they're like, yeah, but I love all these people and maybe they're not super successful in business, and that's fine. I'm just still hang out with them, but you can also just open other doors through your business contacts and hang out with other successful people in business and learn how they do things and how they operate. So I would say that's also something that is a great benefit from going and hanging out with clients. So if you want to have a chat with somebody in the team and see if we can help grow your business and maybe hang out at some point down the line, there is a link below this video. If you want to watch a way longer video, there's an 8-hour video on screen now of me talking about how we essentially generate calls through sending videos over email. I'll see you there. Peace.